What is up, everybody? Chris Fluke here. Chris Fluke Podcast, episode number 111. Today, we got a few topics we're going to be diving into. One of them is going back in the day to a guy by the name of Napoleon, who had a quote that said, "All men are enamored with decorations. They positively hunger for them." And this week we had our young daughter, young Amelia, going over to the YMCA in Bucks County. And while we're there, we watch a bunch of young, primarily girls, I believe, do a bunch of cool stuff, right? Emmy loves it. She's jumping from one station to the next, skipping. She's happy, right? Whether or not she does the task that they ask of her, it doesn't seem to really matter. She enjoys her time. She made a little friend over there, and it's all good. But in the group, they had one individual that wasn't doing what they were supposed to do. They weren't listening. They weren't following directions. And at the end of the day, guess what? They didn't get what all those little girls love getting at the end of each session. A stamp on a piece of paper that said, "I did a good job today." 3 out of the 4 girls in Emmy's group got a stamp. That one girl didn't. Reminded me. Enamored with decorations from a very young age. Men, male, female, old, young, doesn't seem to matter. We love getting recognized. We love getting a little pat on the back. We love being told that you did a good job and get that little sticker on a piece of, that stamp on a piece of paper. Now, during Napoleon's time, these decorations he spoke of are awards, medals, badges, things like that. Fast forward to present day, listen to a guy like Jocko Willing talk about when he was in charge of his task unit, Navy SEAL. He did not let his men have badges. He wanted everybody to look the same. He didn't want to stand down and say, "Hey, look at me." He wanted everybody to know that when we're coming in, we mean business. Now, on the flip side of that, these guys ended up making patches. And they kept those patches hidden. And they went on the mission, they brought it out a little bit. Now, Jocko could have done one or two things. He could have just laid the law down on these guys. Give them the riot act, I guess is what they might call that. Or let a little bit of that revolutionary spirit, that little fighting spirit, let that go. Let these guys have one of these things. Let them have it. Let's keep it a secret. Pretend I don't know about it. These guys think it's kind of cool. Morale's good. So you have to figure out a way to use the benefits of decorations, awards, medals, badges, whatever it may be, but not use it so much that it becomes a detriment. And the opposite is true. Do you want to give out awards so much, so often? Because if you do that, it starts to take away the power of the reward, of the badge, of the trophy. A young girl a few weeks ago, a friend of mine, daughter goes into triathlon. She's young, man. She's like 7 or 8. She takes 3rd place. She's pumped. They had to swim a lap like 25 yards, and they had to get out, maybe go run. I don't know what they ran. 800 meters, maybe a mile. Then they had to get on the bike for a mile or 2. She takes 3rd, and guess what? She's pumped. You know why? They gave her a trophy. You know what that trophy might do? It might get her back in that pool again. It might get her back on that bike. It might get her running a little bit. That trophy, I said, "Oh, dude, that is awesome. Where is it right now? Is it on your dresser? Is it in your bedroom?" She said, "Oh, yeah." I said, "Oh, you shining? Are you keeping it nice and clean?" She said, "Absolutely." Was she? Who knows? But she had it out so she could see it every day, so she could show it off to her friends, she could tell people about it, and she wanted to keep that thing extra shiny and extra clean. Another example of a young kid being excited about getting an award. I remember when I was coaching wrestling, we would go down to elementary school and try to get kids out for the team. What did we tell them? "We'll give you a t-shirt. Put your name down, sign up here, put your shirt size down." "Oh, why do I need to write my shirt size down?" "Oh, we're going to give you a cool t-shirt." Kids are in, man. They love t-shirts. Every 5K event you go to, they give you a t-shirt. People wear them proudly. People that go in multiple 5Ks a year have drawers filled with 5K shirts. They ever wearing them? Who knows? But they get something for what they just accomplished. Like I mentioned before, these rewards, they're best served when they're novel. The sense of joy, the sense of pride that one gets when they get an award has maximum power almost when it's unexpected. Almost when they just did the work because they wanted to do the work. and then they got rewarded for it, that's going to bring a great sense of joy. Because they didn't do it for the reward, they did it for the joy. They did it for the joy they felt from working towards something, right? If you give these rewards out, if every kid gets a trophy, then it takes away from them learning whether or not they did something right or they did something wrong. If that little girl in the gymnastic class, I don't know if I necessarily agree with not giving a 4-year-old a stamp, but that little girl knows she better be in line, man. She better listen. These are high school girls doing it, so this high school girl was tough that she didn't give out the stamp, right? So this little girl knows I need to change my behavior or else I'm not going to get a stamp. But if that instructor, if that high school girl would have given everybody a stamp, that would have said, we have rules here. I don't want you to talk when I'm talking, but I'll give you a stamp anyway, even if you do talk when I talk. So what's the whole point then? Do you really have to follow rules? Or could you do whatever you want and still get rewarded for it? Now, if somebody does follow the rules, and they follow the rules because they have respect for you, and they have respect for you as a leader, as a person, not because you're the one that gives them the stamp, but because you're kind of there for them and have their back, that's where the power is. And we got to keep them motivated. There's a certain sweet spot. Too much reward, not enough reward. As somebody in charge, whether or not you're a coach, a parent, whatever it may be, you have to let your people know. You got to let your kids know. You got to let your athletes know. I see your work and I appreciate it. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You're doing what I asked you to do. You're not always going to get a reward for that. That's what you're supposed to do. But eventually, you keep working, those rewards are going to come. And they're going to be big rewards. They're going to be having that winning season. They're going to be getting that scholarship. They're going to be making honor roll. Whatever it may be, right? But we got to keep working, man. Hope you guys like this one. Peace, everybody.